All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So in this video, I'm going to kind of go over the basics of how to set up a random number generator and output it as like a command. For example, I'm going to review my freaky command. So if someone does !freaky in my chat, it'll say they are X amount freaky. So you can do this for whatever variable you want or whatever range you want and let it rip, put a cooldown on your stuff. All right. So there's going to be some extra stuff. I'm just going to go over the basics right now. So we just purely want a command to say something that's a random number. We're good to go. Okay. So first things first, we're going to do exclamation point. Oh my God. We're going to do add. You're going to name what you want it to do. So in my case, I did freaky. I put it in its own group because I have a bunch of if else statements and I need to do that. And I have no queue currently. I probably need to do one, but we're not going to do that yet. And then you're going to have your freaky command. Here's what you like. You're going to come over here and you're going to make a command. So now you're going to go to right click core commands, command triggered, and then you're going to create command. So this is where you're just going to name it. So I'm just going to name it freaky. And then here on this window is where you what you want to type in Twitch in order for it to pop up. So you can do freaky. And say you just wanted to say freak, right? Or something else. Okay, don't say freak because whatever. You can also do this and it will be like if they say either freaky, !freaky or !freak, it'll still work. So that's how that works. Always put a cooldown on it. I usually do 10 seconds and then hit OK. And then that's this one. But boom. Now we're going to go into just the basics of how we're doing it. So this is going to be this one and this one. OK, so basically what the first thing you want to do is say, I want to generate a random number. So I'm going to do, I forgot how to do this. Core, logic, get random number. And you're going to say between because you want a number between. For me, what I did for my freaky percentage is either your 0 to 100%. So basically I can do 0 here and then I can do 100. If you wanted to do more, feel free. So like even if you wanted to go above and beyond, you can do 101. You can do whatever you want. You can go up to, whatever the heck you want for any of your things. But for this sake, I did a 0 to 100. Okay. And that's right there. So boom, it goes in. The next thing I want to do is output a Twitch message that says how freaky that person is. So you're going to do right click. You're going to go to Twitch. You're going to go to chat. And then you're going to do send message to channel. Okay. And then you're going to type your message. So I'm going to close this and open up mine. And I say, you're going to do % the user. So this is saying whoever uses this command is, and then you're going to pull your random number. So you can do % random, capital N number, and then %. And then I literally put a % here to say it's a percentage. So I basically said, pull my random number, say it's 6, and then put a % sign on it because that's a text. It's just a text file. This is basically just saying text. It is, I am 6% freaky, and it will post it in chat. And that's it. That's all you need to know for a basic command on how to do any random number generator, and you're good to go. After that, I'm kind of going to go into some more details for ifs, else commands, and I will also go about like rigging. If you want to say exclude X user from this command and say something else, I'm going to show you that as well. And then I'm also going to show you how to store a variable for the person that hit 100. So in this case, whoever hit 100, they're my freak person. They're my top freak, okay? And if anyone wants to see who it is, they can do !freak and it'll call their name and say this person is the freakiest, okay? So that's what we're going to go over. So the first thing that I am going to show you how to do, Step 1 is basically, I'm going to show you how to make it so you are doing an if statement for the freakiest. So I just want to say, if someone hits 100, I want it to say, you are the freakiest, instead of this display right here. Instead of saying you are 100% freaky, I want it to say a different message. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do right click, add, and you're going to make a new action. Okay. In my case, I did freakiest. I can't spell. Just ignore that. And again, I put it under my group. You do what you want. Organize your stuff. And then you're good to go. So now that's here. Now I'm going to click this. So basically what all you need to do for these is just say what other message you want to say. So you're going to do right click, Twitch, chat, send message to channel, and that'll be here. And then you're going to type what you want it to say. So instead of it saying the other thing where it says 100%, I'm going to say blank, this user, whoever uses it, is the freakiest of them all. So it's not going to say you're 100%. It's going to say you're the freakiest of them all. Like, you're a bad bitch, basically, you know? Like, kudos to you. You hit the max. Boom. Done. And you're good to go. That's all you need for that to set it up, okay? You don't need this right now. That's for something else later. Next, we're going to go back to our freaky now. So now that we have our other message of what we want to say, you're going to do an if, okay? So you're going to do right click, core, logic, if/else, okay? And this window is going to pop up. And I'm going to pull up mine so you can see it. This one right here. So you're going to say, you're going to pull your random number, okay? So this right here is the variable. So I'm pulling my random number variable. So that's right here. So I generate the number. And I'm saying, okay, if that random number does this, I want to do something else, okay? So I'm saying random number is equal to 100. Make sure this is clicked, because this is exactly 100, basically. It's not a string, all that jazz coding stuff. Just click it. You're going to say, do my other action. I want to say the freakiest action. So I hit select on my freakiest, and it's going to say, okay, run the other program. Then what you want to do is go here and hit break. So basically this is going to say, if this person hits 100, run the other action, which is say you're the freakiest of them all, and then break. So you're not going to finish these actions over here. So you're not going to say, oh, you're also 100%. Does that make sense? So you're going to say break. And you don't have to touch this because you're not doing anything special. You're just going to keep it as continue. Nothing changed, okay? And we're going to hit okay. And that's it. You're good to go. So now basically when someone hits 100, it'll say, when someone equals 100, run freakiest. It's going to go over here and run freakiest and say user is the freakiest of them all. And it's going to break this chain and not finish this Twitch message. If they hit something below 100, it'll skip over this. It won't go to freakiest, and it'll just display your normal message of 6% freaky. That's it. Good to go. Look at that. You learned something else new. Now, I'm going to show you how to store the top freak. So how I stored my top freak. So now, basically when I said, whenever this equals 100, do this message, right? On top of this, I said, okay, I want to store that value. So what you're going to do is right click on your freakiest. Okay. So right underneath, you're going to do another action. I have to burp. Okay. You're going to do right click, core, globals, and you're going to do a set global. Okay. And I'm going to open mine up. You're going to keep it as global. You're going to do persistent. Persistent basically says keep it stored. If you don't have this click, you close StreamerBot, it erases your variables, it starts new, and you relaunch it. That's how that works. So if you want to do that, be my guest. If you don't, keep it checked. And you're going to name your variable. To keep it easy on yourself, just keep it consistent. That's all I got to say. So what I did was name it top freak. That's all I did. And then the argument. So it's basically saying like, what variable do you want? The user. I want to store the user in the variable top freak. Okay. And then you hit OK. So you're basically going to just type this out and you're going to type this out and make sure this is argument. Okay. Okay. So that basically says whenever someone hits 100, display this message and set them as a top. And then it's not going to do anything else. But if someone comes along and says, I want to know who was the last person that hit 100, who's the freakiest of them all, we're going to make another command. So we're going to do exclamation point add. And you're going to say the top freak. Okay. And I put it on my freaky group. I'm going to hit cancel and I'm going to open the one I have already. I'm kind of just reviewing this and doing it as how to set it up. Now we're going to go top freak. And now again, we're going to set up a new command over here on how to trigger it. So we're going to do right click, core, command triggered. And you're going to say create command. And you're going to do the same thing. Whatever you want to name it. I just say it's a top freak command. This is internal. And then this is, what do you want to say? Top freak or freak top, whatever, top freak. You can do multiple if you want. If you want freak top, there you go. You can do both of them like that. Put a cooldown on it. Good to go. You hit OK. Now you have your trigger. It's up here. Good to go. Next, you're going to want to say, you're going to want to call your global variable that you stored in this freakiest. Okay? This freakiest action. So basically you're going to want to say right click, core, globals. You want to get your global now. Sorry, right here. You want to get it. So you set it. Now you want to get it. You want to retrieve that information. So you're going to hit get. And I'm going to open mine back up. And I'm going to do what you did. So you're going to keep it as global, persistent, and you're going to type the variable name that you named. In my case, I did top freak, and you're going to keep it the same for both of them. And then you're going to leave this one blank. So it just outputs whatever it is stored. Okay. And you're going to hit OK. Next, you're going to want to say, who is the top freak? So now that I recalled the information, I want to say, who's my top freak? So I'm going to say right click, Twitch, chat, send message to channel. Okay. And I'm going to open my thing. And you're basically going to want to recall whatever variable you saved it at. So I said the current top freak is, and then I wrote % top freak because that's a variable I put it as %. And then exclamation point because that's the message I want to send. And I hit OK. So now when anyone says top freak, it's going to say who's the last person to hit 100. And it's going to display their username right there. If you want, you can put a little @ in front of them and it'll, @ them there. If not, it'll just display their name. Whatever you want, it's your choice. All right, now look at that. Now you learned how to set someone as a global. Okay. Next thing I want to do and teach you is how to exclude someone from this command. So basically what I did was say, these users, I don't want to be able to use this command. Instead, I'm going to send them to a different quote unquote message. And it's going to say, you're in freak jail. Okay. So it basically says you don't get to roll basically. You just go right to jail, right? Right to jail, send to jail. All right. So basically the first thing you want to do is go over to settings. And then you're going to go to add group and you're going to type whatever you want. Okay. And you're going to hit add. I'm going to erase that so it doesn't do it. And then you're going to click on your group and you're going to add your users. As you can see, James is in there. Basically, all you're going to do is type out their name. So I can do my friend Raris, my mod. And I just hit add. And he's already in there. Okay? And if you want to remove someone, you just simply right click, remove, and you can add them back in. So I'm going to leave James in here. He's not going to be able to use my command, right? So we're going to go back to our actions now. So now that James is set as someone that is a freak, that's going to go to freak jail, I'm going to go to my actions and I'm going to go to my freak command. So every single time James does freaky, I want it to say, go to jail, right? So basically it's another if statement. So you're going to do right click, core, logic, if. Okay. And this window's going to pop up and I'm going to open mine. And basically it's all built in to StreamerBot. You're going to want to do user groups with the S. Okay. Equals. And you're going to want to do the value in which you named your group. So I named my group freak. So I put freak here. Okay. And you don't need the thingy here because whatever reasons, coding reasons. Don't ask me. You know what? I forgot to teach you how to, I think I forgot how to show that. Oh no, I did do that. Okay. If I didn't do it earlier, I'm sorry. But basically you want to say, do said action. I want to run the other actions. You know what? We didn't even set it up. I'm so dumb. So if you're doing this, it wouldn't work, right? Because we don't have it set up. So we're just going to hit cancel. We're going to go over here and we're going to make our new thing. So you do right click, add. What do you want to do? What do you want to exclude this person from? What do you want to do? So I want to send them to jail. So I just say freak jail. I can't type. I'm too lazy to look. And I have it here. So basically I want to send a Twitch message that says, do not pass go to freak jail. And I call out the user that used it, which is James, because only he can use it. And I added him so he knows. And that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted it to do. I say, go to jail, right? We're going to go back to our freaky and back to our if statement. So you're going to do again, core, globals. I lied. Where's the logic? Logic if. It's going to window's going to pop up. All right. So user groups with an S equals the name of the group of the people that you want to exclude. And then those people you want to send to jail. So you choose your action that you did. So freak jail, select. There you go. And again, what I said last time, you're going to want to break. So it's going to be on continue, but you're going to want to break. So basically that says, if James enters exclamation point freaky, send him to freak jail, send the message, and then break. Do not run anything else after that. That's all it does. It sends them right to jail, cuts off his actions. It's not going to roll a random number. It's not going to do the freakiest. It's not going to do anything. You're good to go. You can keep this the same. You're going to hit OK. And that's all. You're good. You're good to go. I think I covered it all pretty much. Just remember. Yeah. So now just to recap, we did how to set a random number generator between whatever variables you want. You can even up this. It doesn't have to be 0. And then how to call that random number. As these percents, random number. And then we also did, if someone hit a certain value, say you can even do like 69. Haha, funny number. So if it's 69, you can make a message that says, haha, funny number, 69. Say, I'm going to write, for me, I just say Twitch messages because this is a command. People are using this. I wanted to output a message for them. So I say the freakiest of them all. You are the freakiest of them all. And if they're not, I'm just going to say you are X amount freaky. And yeah. And then I also showed you how to set a user that hit the freakiest of them all to a global variable. So you set it as a global variable that's persistent. You named the variable and you want to save the user. And then I basically made a new command. You want to get said variable. So top freak. And then you want to display who is the top freak. The current top freak is blank. And it's going to pull out of your global variables and put it in your Twitch message and say, this is my top freak. And yeah, and then we sent James to freaky jail. Thumbs up. We did it, guys. All right. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's a couple in one, but it's, you know, you use what you want and play with it and test it out in your chat. Again, if you want to test and run your commands, you can always just right click test trigger. It'll run it automatically in your chat. So in my in my chat message right now, it ran this thing. It pulled someone random and put them. Yeah. So yeah, just test it out. And yeah, if you have any questions, ask whoever sent you this video and they can go back to me. All right. Bye, guys.